Good morning, everybody. It's Mary Lee, the Diamond Dinosaur. Gonna do a little whip with ya. I wanted to at least get one video done this week. So today I'm still working on Notre Dame Knights, trying to get it finished before Drills and Chills. My cover minder is from Distracted by Diamonds. My other tools I'm using today is a small tray from Unimade and my money pen from Swampwood. So how is everybody today? Hope everybody is well on this blessed Sunday. I listened to a little bit of Mass yesterday, so I'm not really going to listen to any today. So how'd your weekend go so far? Hope anybody watching had fun plans for yesterday if the weather was nice. Weather here has been very nice and unseasonably cool, actually. Very fallish type weather. Of course, it'll wait and get extremely hot when I go to the football game on the 4th. It'll probably be like 110 degrees. Ugh, terrible. With high humidity, knowing my luck. But we'll see. So this is going to be my first time at a Eagles-Dallas game. Never got to experience it. So that'll be exciting. I won't know whether to watch the fans or the game, to be fair. I'm sure there'll be fights and police. I'll probably see SWAT when I'm going in and all the cops on horseback. Let me see what else. What's everybody doing for Drills and Chills? I was going to do Rose Library. I really wanted to do it so bad too because I bought like the enhancement pack from DP with Sparklers. So that was my plan. But I had this one kit that just kept popping into my brain. It just wouldn't leave, which was The Wicked Witch Estate. So I was like, well, this kid is clearly trying to tell me that it wants to be done, so I'm going to do that instead. So that should be fun. It's a little bit larger size than I would want to do for Drills and Chills, but my first Drills and Chills, I think I did 2022 or 2023, was a large kit from DAC. It was Knight's Embrace. So to me at the time, because I was really a very inexperienced diamond painter at the time, so I didn't realize, I didn't take into consideration the size of it. But I did, if I remember correctly, I did end up doing 3 canvases that year. I think I did Knight's Embrace. For the life of me, I can't remember the second one I did. But the last one I did that took me right up, I finished it like 3 days after the event ended, was Just a Story. That glows in the dark, so that was really enjoyable to see that progress and then to see it completed both in the light and in the dark. So that was fun. I do have quite a few DAC sealed canvases that I've gotten over the past few weeks. I think I'm up to almost 10 or 11, and I was going to do some unboxings, but just don't have that kind of energy. So I might put most of them away and just save out one or two. And I think one of the ones I'm going to unbox is Nemesis, which I just got. I can't wait to see it open just because all the colors. So I'll probably do that one, I think. I also have a small shop to unbox as well, but it's for Drills and Chills. So I still have more Drills and Chills stuff coming. So I don't want to, I figured I'd do that all together. So yeah, I'm home from my little vacation, which was good. My electric's all done. Unfortunately, all of my appliances are working, but my washer still has a leak, and I've already been in contact with people because it's kind of being messy and destructive right now. So I was able to stop the water from getting into my basement. However, I cannot stop this washer from leaking, even if I turn the freaking water off. I don't know where it's coming from. But we shall see. My guy will probably be out tomorrow or Tuesday. What else? One of these days I'm going to get on here with some tag questions, but I always forget to write them down, which is no fun. My dogs are all doing great. Even my little guy with dementia, he's just doing his thing. Vet says his heart is good and everything, and his blood work's good, so he's just living his best life. Not sure if he knows what his best life is, but he's doing it. He's doing it for sure. Sometimes I look at him and I'm like, oh, buddy, you're so lucky. Because he doesn't have to deal with the problems of life sometimes. And I shouldn't laugh like that. My mother had dementia, God rest her soul. Dementia is definitely a terrible, terrible, terrible disease. And you know, I don't even know. I don't know if I would even classify it as a disease. Like, I think Alzheimer's dementia, yes, is definitely a disease. But I think dementia itself, because I know years and years ago when I was a little girl, we used to call it senile dementia. And I think senile dementia could be the equivalent now of Alzheimer's dementia. And then, like what my mom had. My mom was forgetful, but she was 89 when she passed. So I think her forgetfulness was just the normal aging process forgetfulness. Like, we all forget things. So hers was never any more or less, unless she was in a demented state, which, you know, sometimes you could always tell when she was getting into that place, because she could become very agitated and angry. Not really violent. She wasn't really violent like that, but because I work from home and was with her all the time, like, I could usually tell when that state was getting there, and I was able to stop it before it got to that violent tendency state. So, but yeah, it is very hard to watch a loved one go through that. It takes a very, very special person to be a caregiver. I say that to everyone that is a caregiver. It's very, very hard. You have to draw the line between being the daughter or son or grandchild or child, spouse. You have to draw a line. You can't be both at the same time. You have to be one or the other. You have to know how to hold that line, because we're all raised to treat our parents a certain type of way and hold them in high respect and things like that. And when they get in that state, it's very, very hard to do. So you have to learn to put that relationship aside and put on your caregiver hat. It makes it a lot easier to be able to tell them, no, you can't do it this way. You have to do this. Or, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. If you have a problem, you can go to your room. You know, these are things we would tell somebody who was not our family, you know, if we were caregiving for our neighbor or something like that. So you have to learn when you're taking care of a family member that you have to learn how to draw that line. You know, so my mom was very well taken care of. Allergies here are bad, just so anybody needs to know. If you hear me sniffling, I'm not crying, I'm not coughing or anything like that. I'm not sick. I have very bad allergies, especially to nettle and ragweed, and that's where our high pollen count is starting because we're getting towards the end of August into September. So, and that's the bad allergies. If any of y'all have allergies, put a comment because I can definitely sympathize with you. When you're on 3 different allergy medicines a day, yeah, just don't leave your house. And I try not to. On the daily, I try not to. I gotta get a tissue, guys, sorry. Oh, ew, gross. By the end of the day, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so dehydrated because where did all this like fluid from my face come from? Like your body's not supposed to make that much. I'm sure I'll be dehydrated by the end of the day. Oh yeah, and by the way, ladies, everybody, I got my nails done for the game. It is football season. Woohoo. It's starting. What are we, today's the 24th. So we're 11 days out? 10 or 11 days out from football season. So, yeah. That's exciting. If anyone cares. I don't know if anybody's a football fan. I'm a huge football fan. Huge Eagles fan. But just huge football fan in general. And it'd be interesting to see how the rookies make out. Is Jaden Daniels from the Commanders, is he going to fall into a rookie slump? How is he going to play? Are the Cowboys ever going to re-sign Micah Parsons and redo his contract? That's important things I have to know. Like, what is happening there? Actually, my husband's best friend, my best friend as well, really, he is a Cowboys fan. He has been a lifelong Cowboys fan. And him and I talk football a lot during the season. And I started watching that Cowboys Netflix documentary on America's Team. And I think I'm on season 2, or episode 2, sorry. And I said to him, I really hope somebody sits Jerry Jones down and shows him this docuseries that he created and was star of, now that it's all over, and just say, bro, look what you're doing to your team. Like, you're totally ruining this dynasty. And I know as an Eagles fan, I'm supposed to hate the Cowboys. However, my mother raised me to be a football fan first. So I don't really hate any team. I enjoy the rivalry, but I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, I hate the Cowboys. I'm not going to do that. So I think it's very sad to see what's happened to the Cowboys all these years. Just when you have somebody in control that's more of a money person, he just wants the money. He's looking for the fame and the fortune, and he's not treating the team very well. It's very, very sad. Like, I understand that dynasties happen. I mean, let's look at the Patriots, right? They were a dynasty, and then it kind of fell apart. And not that it fell apart, is people started aging. The coach just wasn't fitting the system anymore, and the coach moves on to another team or college team, whatever, which is what Bill Belichick did. And now they're rebuilding. Every single team goes through that. But what's happening to the Cowboys is just wrong. It's just wrong. And it's sad to see a dynasty get handled like that. I mean, how are you able to fire Jimmy Johnson? Bro, what are you thinking? Like, are you stupid? Clearly. Let's go with that. And then he has the kids, and the daughter's more actively involved, and the cheerleaders, which, no offense to cheerleaders, I understand they work hard, so no offense taken. Cheerleaders are not my cup of tea. I don't choose to watch them. When they're on the field, when I go to an Eagles game, I'm looking away, looking at the scores, whatever. I don't see any reason for them in football. I see no reason for them in pro football. Yes, it is a sport, and they want to cheer in high school. That's why they can get scholarships, go on to college, become, be on cheer teams, whatever. That's great. I know there's professional cheerleaders on that regard. But I think the football cheerleaders that you see in the stadium, I don't know why they're there. That being said, that's my gripe on cheerleaders. But the daughter focuses more on the cheerleaders. And the son, I feel like the son is just like, yeah, Dad, that's a great idea. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, no, Dad, this is not a great idea. What are you waiting to sign Micah Parsons for? He's your best defensive player. And now you're in a position where, guess what? This will probably never get rebuilt. Because if Micah doesn't play, they're just gonna tag him anyway. So he's not going to be able to go anywhere else. So I don't even know what's going to happen. I'm glad I'm not a Cowboys fan, because it would make me even sadder to see my team be crumbling and torn apart. But to be honest, after all these years, they're probably used to it, because he's been doing it for years. I mean, shit, our team loses 3 games and we're ready to fire the general manager of Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni, our coach. We're like, yeah, get out of town. We're done with you. Get out. My neighbor's dogs are barking. I don't know if you can hear them. They literally sound quite vicious. I don't know. I don't know what kind of dogs they are. I never see them. I can never see them through the fence. But the other day, it sounded like there was a dog fight. I was like, wow, that's horrifying. I know my 2 girls used to fight, and it's very scary and very traumatic. But they're good now. Medication does them great. Not gonna lie. Okay, so is everybody ready for the fall season to start? I'm sure a lot of my friends are ready for the heat to stop. They've been having some really shitty weather, and I don't like the heat. You can never get, in the summertime, you can never get cool. But in the wintertime, you can always get warm. Always, always get warm. So there's that. I don't know though, guys, what kind of winter it's going to be. Sometimes they post that Farmer's Almanac stuff online. I haven't seen it yet this year though. So I don't know what it's going to be like. They always say it's going to be a lot snowier and colder in Pennsylvania. What Pennsylvania are you talking about? We haven't had bad snow here in quite a few years. Is there another Pennsylvania in this country that I don't know about? Some, I'll tell you. I don't know. I don't know. So let's hop back to drills and chills. If I'm all over the place, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not really used to doing whipping chats yet. So back to drills and chills. Did anybody, or is anybody planning to purchase like the trays for the event trays, or the event putty? I did buy the event kit from Tracy's DP. I did get that, and I got the tray. I gave in and got the tray from Bijou Bliss. Bijou Bliss is one of my favorite tray makers. So, yeah, I just kind of had to. I wasn't going to, and I'm like, oh, I kind of have to. I mean, I have a tray from each Drills and Chills I've done, so. And for the first time, I decided that I needed to, actually, let me say thank you to my friend Ashley. Girl, you know who you are. One night we were talking and I'm like, oh, this thing keeps popping up on my Facebook. Am I going to have to buy it? She's like, yes, you have to. And I'm like, no, I don't. I can't. Well, yeah. After I hung up the phone, I was like, yeah, let me just grab that too. I don't know what the hell I'm going to use it for. It's a trinket tray. I don't even have any trinkets on my canvas. Like, I can't have too much minutia up and around here. I can't have my workspace crowded. But here I am buying a trinket tray. What? So I'll let you know how that works out. Sorry guys, lost my train of thought there. I do have a couple Halloween pens too, but I had a custom one turned last year from, I think my blank came from the Myers, and it was sent immediately to Enabler's Outpost, and they turned it for me. I'm very happy with it. The camera, I mean, even to put it on camera, does not do the color orange that is in it. I wasn't sure I would like it or how it would look because I only ever saw it like online. And when I got it and opened it, oh my God. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Oh, and then yesterday I joined the group Lady Lathe's group. And I was scrolling through her pens, and there was a pen on there that was Leopard in Pink, I think it was called. And I was like, this is such a cool looking pen. Oh, and the auction, the thing is still going. So I put a number in there, and oh my God, a couple hours later, I got notified that I won. So I'm just waiting for the PayPal to come through, and then I'll get that, and I'll unbox that. But I was like, oh, I won my first Lady Lathe. Come on, sister. Come on, sis. Snaps for me for, you know, winning that right. Oh, it feels so good to get my nails done because it had been a couple weeks, and I hadn't seen my my tech because she just had a baby and she just came back, so she's only coming back for a couple days a week right now. So I got my nails done. My talons, as I like to say, my talons sharpened. So yeah. Yeah. Because I was going to do some videos yesterday, but then I was like, oh, one of my nails did break. And I was like, oh, I can't put my... Girl, I can't put my hands on camera looking like this. No, no, ma'am. No. No, no, no. No, 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 absolutely not, darling. No, never, never. I don't know about anybody else, but my nails are always done. Always, always. Even though I'm an older person, and I feel like my hands sometimes look wrinkly. My daughter and my great niece like to call me Nosferatu because of my hands, and part of that is because I had stage 4 osteoarthritis in both of my thumbs, Like I couldn't crochet anymore. I couldn't game anymore. I couldn't really hold a pen or work my mouse anymore. So it was time. So you know how your hands have a natural curve here? Well, that bone was taken out. They took the bone out and they took a tendon from my forearm and reattached this to the bone here, but the bone that has that curvature, that causes that curvature, that was removed. So like when I hold my hands, I can't really put my hands out like everybody else. So they're more like kind of straight here. They don't have that curvature. So they look very much like my daughter says a vampire hand. So she calls me Nosferatu. So that's a funny story right there. So yeah, Nosferatu, which was a very good movie. My husband, it was the, when I was a little girl, like they had taken that, when that movie came out, because it was a silent movie, whatever, it was not allowed to be released because there were some rights issues going on. They were saying it was too much like Dracula, blah, blah, blah. So the movie never really was really released like it normally should have been. So I never got to see it. I used to watch the horror movies, classic Universal Monsters, with my dad as a little girl every Saturday afternoon. And they are some of my favorite all-time movies are those classic Universal Monster movies. I love The Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein. So they're probably my favorite two Universal Monsters. And there's a cemetery maybe about 40 minutes from my house. It's an old Gothic cemetery. People are still buried there. They still bury people there. But it's very, very large, and they do film some movies there. Rocky was filmed there. It's where Adrian and Paulie's tombstones are. So you can go there and see those tombstones. Transformers, scene from Transformers was filmed there. So anywho, I like to go there a lot. And one year they showed Nosferatu, the movie, the silent movie, in the cemetery. And they had a small, like a quartet, like a very, very small orchestra, I'll say, there to play the music. So you're actually seeing the movie the way it was supposed to be seen, with the live orchestra and the movie playing in the background. So my husband took me to see that. So I was finally able to see Nosferatu, and I was able to see it the way it was meant to be seen. So that was pretty awesome. That was really pretty awesome. So yeah. And cemeteries are not my husband's cup of tea. He does not like to be in them. He's like, yep, nope. But he actually went, and we actually stopped at Wawa and got some sandwiches and chips and soda and snacks, and we sat there in lawn chairs and watched Nosferatu. So it was a lot of fun. I'll probably be going to this cemetery sometime in the fall when it gets a little cooler out. It's right along the Schuylkill River, so yeah, it's a good time. What else? It's super fun and amazing. I don't know. Grocery store today, though, for sure. Got to go to the grocery store. I was just gonna say, did I even get my coffee today? Hold on, gotta take a sip of coffee, guys. It's very hot. I don't want to burn my tongue. But yeah, guys, I think that's all I got for right now. We talked a little football. We talked about puppies. We talked about dementia. I got a puppy right now that's crying because he wants to eat his brekkie. Actually, I have 4 dogs here looking at me, waiting patiently. So on this lovely morning, have a blessed day. Spend time with your loved ones and your family. Diamond paint if you're a diamond painter. Do it. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Talk to you later. Diamond Dinosaur out.